Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
No, I will. He is making his way back down towards it, thinking about setting up some more vision around there, or maybe just a gank on a mid here, as Zeka has gone a bit too far forward, as this is Onivia, and he is not able to dash out of the way of that combo, as first blood is given. Might as well just pick up the first dragon, give her over the grubs, and look towards the bottom side of the map. That is just fine, as you do have this very fed Chovy Ahri in the mid lane that you can't play.
Don't really give up too much damage because of the amplification as well as the burn on the Andries.
Yeah.
While being really beefy as Deus.
Yeah, he's pretty far up the lane as Canyon just waiting for the exact right moment to go ahead and press his R button, as that is a very easy punish for Canyon. So on the other side of that brush for Gen.G, so no real reason to continue on that. Not knowing if the Fury was still there. Zeka on the top side, and again, the Onivia comes together for this kill as Zeka, he drops down the ult, but it's not enough to get away. Even the ramping damage doesn't take out Canyon, and it's just another Onivia combo, as here comes Peanut looking for blood. Can he get anything going here? Maybe onto Chovy. As there's the ult, he does go in, but again, Chovy pretty tanky, as it doesn't look like he will get out of this one though, and a big shutdown does go the way of Peanut.
And even with the charm,
time, it's not a real thing. Peanut was able to pick up the Rift Herald though. Is going to make his presence felt in mid. But okay, trying to get in now as Duro is going to stop that attempt from Delight. Here comes Canyon. He's got not his ult available, but could try to at least tank up this turret for Keen. And it is going to push him away from the turret and get them a lot of damage done to this turret. Duro now coming on down. Here comes Peanut as well on the chase, looking for a bit more, but that is Rakan. Peanut's still continuing the chase and still making his presence felt. He said, "You gave me the Fury, I will make you pay for it." But now there's 4 members of Gen.G, and Peanut has to flash away, and the MF comes in and just punishes him. Peanut not respecting Gen.G, and he gets clapped for it as Delight as well. Another casualty on the board.
5.5k gold lead.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
It's very, very large. I do think the setup for Gen.G early on here isn't the greatest, but it's 20 seconds till the Dragon. How alive? They're here very early. I think it's going to give you opportunity as the TP comes in.
Well, Delight trying to bait the engage onto him, but that TP from Chovy pretty far away. But when he gets there, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with as Duro does go in. The ult from Ruler, not the best, but Duro will go down, and Chovy not able to do too much so far, but Nefiri, Peanut does hit the ground. Zeka incredibly low himself, and Gen.G's wallets just a bit too large for the side of Live Esports. Only Vipers here. He couldn't join the play. It was just too far away from him. It's not even his fault as he gets taken out as well. It is an ace for Gen.G, and that'll be the Dragon. Yeah, Gen.G are just very massively ahead. Like, you can see what Life were trying to do with this draft, including the first pick Nefiri, which I feel like is still a good idea. I don't really feel like the draft was a huge issue for them. But now, Gen.G just, gonna blow up the Mbessa. Not very tanky at this point as Zeus, obviously, so he just gets one shot by a massive safe of gold on top of his head. Chovy is Ahri, so even though he took a little bit of damage, he's totally fine. The flash on in from Delight, but can they actually kill Ruler? He just ults in their face, and they're not able to do anything to him. As, Zeka gonna hit the floor as well, and Viper is gone. That is a clean ace. We're only 23 minutes in, and Gen.G have already declared.
Because the Mbessa died. But unfortunately, even that, the goal was just too big. And Gen.G coming out swinging here in the first game of LCK. Now 5 games to Humble Live both times. And they are like, they really weren't that good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very telling.
It's not that we were saying they weren't that good. It's just that they were so...
It was also the way that they lost. Like, both the Vayne and the Ornn game, they felt really bad.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it happens. You know, teams are learning Fearless as well, so some of the choices weren't exactly the best in the drafts. But now we're going to have another fight, and we'll see how this one goes as Gen.G just totally pull off of the Baron. Duro gets low, but that's the only guy who's going to get low in this fight. So... yeah, Peanut and the rest of the boys just kind of run away. Delight thinking about an engage here. They still have Otacon, so yeah, you're only getting a little bit of gold even if you do force them to withdraw. at this point. So
Hail Mary number 2.
Hail Mary number 7, it feels like, as Toby. Okay.
That's a tank.
Yeah, well, they exhausted him, and that didn't do all that much. Nice little flash on in and hammer back onto Azeka as well. Looking pretty fun. This game is a done deal, and I think that Gen.G are having their fun as well and are trying to send a message that when it comes to best of threes, we are on top, actually. We're the better team, as maybe Hanwha Life Esports a little bit of a first stand hangover, but all the props going over to Gen.G as well, as especially Canyon has made this Vi look incredibly strong. And eventually they will get Viper, surely. Oh, nice. Good play.
It's actually, it's correct, right?
Yeah.
To wait as long as possible to kill him there. But it also is really funny.
Yeah.
So it kind of works on both levels, which I do appreciate.
He didn't want to get disengaged coned.
Yeah, you need to make sure you actually kill him.
It was very funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Anyway,
know if you're speaking the
Hex Tech Soul will be taken by Gen.G. Yeah. It's a 2-level difference in the jungle, and it's a 17,000 gold lead for Gen.G. So eventually they'll just press their buttons and put them out of their misery after doing enough mental damage as well. As another charm is going to land. Chovy just not missing those today. And yes, Gen.G have finally had their fill. They have had their fun, and they will end this game. Surely, okay, they're going to kill Nefiri, they're going to kill Pina one more time, and then they'll take down the Nexus. 24
is reliable engage, but the range for Gen.G is pretty limited. It's really just Chovy and Ruler to a certain extent with his rockets.
Just pick Nautilus for the team fight.
Yeah, just makes you wonder, why not pick Ashe? You have a guy that's known for being pretty good on the champion.
Yeah, that is a very good question. Well, we're not going to learn about it just yet. As the flash comes in, Ruler, the tanking from Delight, excellent as well. He does flash away from Duro, as Viper's still getting to work here onto this Nautilus. Even a rock going to hit him in the face as follow-up dive potential, but you don't have to do this, but it looks like they do want to go ahead and go for it, but he just gets knocked into the wall. There's the shield as Peanut, the last auto after the flash as Viper gets executed. It is a big win for Hanwha Life in the bottom lane dive. They pick up 2.
Colossal play there for Hanwha Life. They already have the pressure in the 2v2 as expected, but the fact that Peanut, they know again, Kenyon's on the top side of the map. And now this play basically has to work for Gen.G not to be in deep trouble. And this alone isn't going to bail them out, but Zeus will be big.
The flash hop for the slow. Zeus just going to accept his fate. Yeah, he could have maybe flashed, but says, nah, I'm dead. As the level 3 Corking Yank going to work out.
I kind of wonder if he flashes, because Buddha didn't have flash, right? Is all Keen. This is exactly what happened to Zeus in the last game.
Yeah, and now you got Braum here. Keen might just be dead. He doesn't have the flash. So fast forward here from Viper to execute him. Does take down the Gnar. And now you've got the same lane. You don't win ever, even with Viper chunked out.
Experience lead, obviously the kill and assist mean that we do still have Pina ahead. They have to fight, right? Like, you have to play for these skirmishers. You don't really have a choice here as Gen.G to not opt into this, but I don't think they're feeling too great about it.
I mean, at least Canyon got the smite on the Grub. Chovy level 6, so is Zeka, as looking for the engage. Peanut getting pretty low as he does not get over the wall, and the divide comes through from Chovy. That's going to be 3 kills for Gen.G. As Hanwha Life, they say, this should be our fight for free. They do not respect the damage of Gen.G. Potential dive, but as we know, it's not going to happen this time. We're still putting on that pressure. Our Viper and Delights trying to use that level 6 with the arrow, but it doesn't amount to too much. As now trying to make something happen here onto Delight. Level 6 first for Duro. Delight is trying to hop on over, but he's not quite able to, and Viper is just going to be given on over as he does not have his flash. He's free food for the Azir.
That's just a mid lane diff, man. In both fights, because you can permanently shove in and apply your pressure. Doesn't mean you need to. And I feel like we're getting some consistent punishes, and now Gen.G, they were behind, what, like almost 2k gold early on. Now a 1k gold lead.
Yeah, it's definitely been a big flip, and now we're looking for a fight on the bottom side here. Keen is low. Zeus desperately trying to get an execution. Not going to happen, and now the Impale. But who's winning this fight? Delight and Peanut do 0 damage, maybe negative damage. And Keen's got Mega Gnar, so they just have to back away after the Impale that does nothing. Just trying to pick up some kind of scraps.
At risk, and it's the, as you point out, The arrival of Canyon, the arrival of Chovy, the arrival of Duro in these moments has been consistently great. Feels like every play that Humble Life tried to go for, Gen.G reads well and responds, and every play Gen.G's goes, it's just, nope, not liking it. And a good flash there because there was a collapse imminent. Vision control is really good for Humble Life towards the top side of the map, but no objective is going to spawn anytime soon as...
These guys are so good at dodging skill shots. Like, they're both throwing good ones and just both dodging everything. As Keen, though, is going to go mini. He's got Canyon on the way, but that is a Xin Zhao. We even got Viper here as well. The World Ender is in. The arrow going to hit Canyon, but he is Xin Zhao. And he does go for that ult. Peanut looking for the Impale, and he is going to get him with just the edge of that one. Keen does get taken down, as Zeus does get his revenge. Spawning as well, so Canyon saying, maybe we should fight over this objective instead. At the moment, though, he has to run into Peanut as the Impale comes through.
No flash.
And no flash. He is Xin Zhao, though. So he does press his R button himself and does get away. Zeus also pretty low. Duro on the left side getting caught out big time, and he doesn't have flash either. And that is just a free Nautilus, as that is what we were expecting the Nautilus to do in this game. Although Peanut now going to be caught out himself, gets stunned up there, and down he will go. And so that's actually a winning trade for Gen.G at the end of the day, because they, again, the gold is even, but just based on the way a lot of these fights are playing out, it does feel like outside of the one Duro mistake, Gen.G are...
Mid lane turret is probably going to suffer forward, but getting defeats is nice, and getting more gold into Zeus turning it into a real side lane threat is a big win as well. This Chovy, they're going to really look for a play here.
Oh god, that arrow is going to hit him right in the face, and the Chaos Storm is right on top of it. And so that's an easy kill on the Chovy. Thought he could stay safe under the turret and be able to dash away, but the arrow just caught him off guard. So a nice play from Viper to land that one. We do have the Rift Herald in mid.
Yeah.
And a big wave. So at the end of the day, is this a win for Gen.G? I mean, Humble Life, yeah, they got the kill. They took down Chovy. That's nice. They got that, but they lose their mid turret. And they don't have any pressure top because Delight took a massive chunk. And we might get another, oh, just barely not, as he runs out of time here. And Canyon not able to get another charge.
Takes like a turret shot and a laser to the face, just walks it off.
And certainly one of the stronger souls in the game still. Let's see, though, how much pressure we get on this, as Ruler is already doing a crazy amount of damage to Viper. He has hit his spike of 2 items. Whereas the Ashe a little bit more of, you know, I provide engage, they have damage elsewhere. The arrow this time going to sail wide, and Canyon, very tanky, is going to tank up a lot of this, but does get stunned. They're still continuing to go in on the Xin Zhao as Duro in the front line as well. Zeus gets in, and the Impale is big, but Chovy lights up 3 and locks them down. Peanut as well over the wall will be taken out eventually, and they were just all baited until Chovy got there and put them in the ground.
It's spring and Chovy is here, ready to play some video games. Didn't even need his flash for that, by the way.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, Zeka. Oh, my boy Zeka. Yeah, he's dead. That is a shutdown over to Ruler. So you wanted to see the team fights to really see where this game was going, Chronicler. Beat out an Impale. That's it. So we'll listen in to Chovy. Just avoiding the storm, waiting for his moment. Go, 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 go. Oh. And yeah, he was able to line it up pretty nicely. Keen is taking a bunch of damage. He will be punished. Not sure what happened there. He was in the middle of his wave.
I know, overextended.
Jack, just to get out of that one. But yeah, the arrow's still hitting. The one in the fight did not hit. But again, even if it did hit, it would have hit like
that guy. When you were like, guys, we can play. I'm strong. And then you go in and then you die and you're like,
yeah.
Man.
Hey, you know, Delight was caught up a little bit on the controller. Duro, he is not going to spot Zeus hopping the wall. And so will take a huge amount of damage. But Root comes in, and guess what? He's tanking up the damage. He's not going to die this time, but it is Zeus who does get baited by it. This gets burst. He engages into a Nautilus, assuming he's safe, and it's only Nautilus. But the rest of the team shows up so quickly that Zeus is just dead. Doesn't even get to flash.
And that's a costly death That's going to be... You can't play both sides of the map. Keen has TP available. Can join at a moment's notice, and there's the T flank.
Oh, they're going to catch Tovi. He does go into the Zhonya's, but I think they might have the damage. Tovi, he does get the split, but now Keen shows up, and that might be enough here for Gen.G. It wasn't a clean fight, but it's still a win as Peanut picks up 1,000 gold on that Corki. Ruler had a gigantic shutdown to be taken here. And yes, Gen.G, it's, 3 kills for 4 kills, but, for Hama Life, they stopped the Baron. They have TP coming in. Peanut is, he's okay. He's trying his best. He's putting in good effort, guys.
He is a Scorpion.
Yes, he's playing the Skarner champion. As Keen, he wants more.
Is Zeus just dead again?
Says Zeus is easily baited.
Okay. Gen.G could have lost the game there. They did. I'm hesitant to call this two very different things, but they shouldn't. The fact that Pian actually gets the grab mid-attempted shuffle, I think Gen.G is still going to win this game. Like, I don't want to go too
yeah, that was going to die.
That was definitely a point where Gen.G could have lost, right? If Keen's a little bit slower on the TP, if they don't get to stall Chovy with his stop, or if Chovy doesn't get to stall with his stopwatch, if they don't have the damage, Peanut can try and go for this.
Yeah, he's going to catch Zeka here up against the wall, and even if Keen died, it doesn't matter. It's worth. They take down the Victor, they take down the Braum. It's a double kill for Ruler, and he's going to enjoy that. 9 kills in this game, and that will be Baron, unless Peanut does something, but not going to happen.
My bad, I said Peanut. If Viper doesn't die there, like I think that there might actually be a turnaround opportunity there. But instead, he just kind of ends up going down. And this is the second play where Gen.G is in a much better position. Peanut isn't here because he got taken down. Zeka walks up. Keen just throws him into the wall. Yeah. That's going to be the Baron, and that is probably the 2-0 about to be locked in. Gen.G repeating the feat that they were capable of in the first series in LCK Cup. Man.
And the series looks kind of similar. It's a beatdown from Gen.G. It's not very close. I mean, this game was close for a while, but then it wasn't. As here comes Chovy, level 17, and guess what, Duro? He's baiting them all in, and he dies. He fulfills everything. He does his to-do list, including the death at the end, as the rest of the team follows up and picks up the kills. And it's just over. 29 minutes, Gen.G will take down the 2-0 here on a Hama Life, as it looks like Ruler will be punished for playing with his food there, nice and pale from the side of Peanut, as Chovy and Canyon, they want to continue to send the message, but the Nexus dies first, and that will...
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
What is Wolf doing?
Are you gonna sign the cookies?
He just said, I don't know what's happening.
Draw your favorite cookie. Why is Madid here? What's Madid's favorite cookie?
Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Yes. Okay.
No!
Well, we got an engage here on a doo-doo, as everything's missing, but it doesn't matter. They still kill him, and first blood is finally had.
Just CS. Only a single plate has been taken.
Yukao does have flash. Looks like Piercing doesn't want to throw out an ult, just trying to bait a flash. Doo-doo, there were pings in the river, but he did not see them. He is dead again, and this time it is Teddy who picks up the kill in the top lane. Ondil.
Rel as well. It is going to feel kind of rough. Ondil almost has his flashback, which is good. Could have had that up, but wasn't the case. It's Yukao.
Uh-oh, in a bit of trouble. You see the ult and try to just peel for him, but he's just a Corki. The stun comes in, and Yukao says, I'm dead. I'm not even going to flash. No real reason to. Ondil also gets caught in the crossfire. Sponge, he tried desperately to help them, but instead, he does walk the line very often. But this time,
was not it.
He tripped over it and fell flat on his face.
That is Skarner.
Understands.
I'm not no bro anti, but it's blow it up as Bulldog.
Oh, this time right on the mark, and Bulldog just had no chance. It just came at him so quickly. It was pretty much a free kill. So nicely done by Sponge. He's been very proactive on the Sejuani, making the ganks happen. And this time he gets another one.
That was a long amount of time on Dale.
He's just hanging out. Yoshik is also here. So he's going to get locked into the wall and the Impale. And again, Ondil also has his flash, but doesn't bother to use it. That's becoming a theme in this game. just getting caught out so badly that you're like, yeah, you know what?
UCal's going to get the topside turret. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be feats going to DRX. Just says based about when we talk about her mode. I imagine that's what was spammed when we talked about the cookies. You know, G-Sun with Sunnies just eating a cookie.
Yeah. Probably.
Art still procs.
Wow, Life found a great angle here on a UCal as the Impale does fly in a direction, but it wasn't the right one. Okay, now we're just TPing in the die. Dude is just dead. And so maybe Life, he gets a 3-man knockup, but he can only live for so long. Meanwhile, Pilsik's like, why do you knock him into me? I didn't want to fight that. As he's going to run away. Bulldog also on the run here. Hops the wall. Rich doesn't look like he'll follow up.
UCal, ignites him, but UCal, it just has flash. So like, so they use all their ults, and then Dodo TPs!
You gotta be careful with how far you go. Rich now, I mean, he's like the top laner that at the end of the game will just go top diff, even though the jungle and the support and the AD carry were in his lane like 7 times.
Doesn't matter.
And he ends up carrying because, well, he got super fed by his entire team.
Well, the game's not over. But I do think that DRX is going to be feeling pretty good because the team fighting is amazing, right? And I do still think that the
was good.
Good call. Gets the cleanse. Teddy does use his ultimate, but should be up by the time the next objective is there. I do think DRX should be a little bit mindful now, but snowballing the game pretty cleanly, right? Getting pressure in mid, then rotating into the enemy jungle, setting up UCal safely for side. UCal, by the way, is going to hit his 2-item...
The MF has a Bloodthirster. The Gwen is going to be naturally tanky. Also, if you get in range of her, you might just die. So you got to find UCal, but he's relatively safe. They have a very strong front line. There's just not a lot of value for her, I think, in this situation. As nice little knock-up, Onivia going to throw out the ult just to try to survive, as now TP's coming in, but Onvia's already dead. Life on the run. He is going to flash away, but the ult goes into Pilsik as he's desperately running away from the woman with scissors, as Rich is just running forward into all of them and doing incredible amounts of damage. The flash on in to secure the kill as well. Just the icing on the cookie, as there you go. 1 for 3, and now DRX, they say.
It really is just Berserker against the world. I think Pyosik has been fine, but his ultimates have also unfortunately not been it. You guys couldn't see the expression that Elvis made, but
yeah,
very funny.
Uh-oh. Bulldog on the run. The flash forward, of course, UCal's going to go for it. He's got Otacon as he picks up a kill. That will be his 2nd of the contest. And that's what happens when you try to play up against a 1-3-1 and actually take fights when you're this far behind. It's just not going to go your way.
Both the solo laners of the Freaks really struggling in this one. That's going to be Dragon. But it feels like they are, and this is something that kind of surprised me during LCK Cup as well. They feel like a team. You know, there's been games where Rich just ends up falling too far behind. Yes. The worst case scenario is UCal, who is a full item and a half up.
Yeah.
All right, maybe UCal jumps into Pyosik again. That's how they can win. I can see it.
Yeah, well, Pyosik's going to jump into UCal, and there is the Impale, the equalizer over the top, but also the bullet time is going to do quite a number. Both of the supports are out of this one. Rich, though, is just so fed. He's going so deep for this. He takes him down, but that's a 1-for-1, and Berserker's full health. An angle for him to maybe get something going. It ends up being an equal trade between the two teams, but Berserker got like 900 gold from Rich.
Auto wasn't fully second. I think it's preemptively flashing because he thinks Pyosik is going to ult. Which is funny because later that does actually happen. So
after he re-engages,
yeah, Rich goes in, and then Teddy tries to look for the kill.
I don't know about the memes.
Okay, so where you do something cool and it doesn't really serve a purpose, but it just makes you look.
Oh well, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
That's UCal has just been aura farming this entire game. By the way, like I'm not even.
Yeah,
he has been.
Yeah,
that's all he's been doing. Just walking up, staring in the eyes. Like,
I am the most powerful Corki. Let me show you my power.
Exactly.
And it just doesn't matter. Like, yeah.
Uh-oh.
We got a Rel in trouble. And, yeah, it's just kind of free. The Impale is down, but it's kind of a broken place. He spawns as well in a lot of trouble. He's going to be taken down. DRX, what is happening? As DNF, they will take full advantage of this. As here comes the Skarner. No flashy Valkyrie's in because he doesn't have anywhere to go. It's a trade, but he only gets the Alistair. And it's a win here for DNF. I don't know what this means, to be honest. They're going to start the Baron. Let's see what happens next. I'm just sitting back and watching now, Chronicler.
The aura farm too much! That was not Yuka's fault. Let's Andale and Sponge is getting caught off guard. Rich is very strong.
He's
very
send
scary,
it, right?
as is Teddy.
Yeah.
They have to. Yeah, they can't do this.
He's going to send it.
Damage.
And Bulldog's just dead. Okay. Berserker
here
is tanking the Baron as a true shot barrage hits the Otacon pit.
Dude, if they had old Rel, they would have done that. They would have done that. You know, the monster damage?
Yeah.
Easy. Oh no.
Oh,
No. Don't do that to him.
Oh yeah.
They barely got the cancel because of the shit.
Okay, well, he did go through the wall quite a lot, but I think he's just dead. All right, well, they killed Pyoshik.
You gotta follow Yukao because he's the king.
Guy. Yeah, he's
the guy. So when Yukao goes in,
he is the strongest.
Exactly.
Right? Well, we got a little engaged onto Rumble, as Dudu's actually pretty tanky. He's got a lot of health, and it's not going to amount to too much. Berserker just okay, gonna Arcane Shift over the wall. There goes both the sums. As now the Impale comes in, but it's not quite okay. They're gonna actually take out Rich. They get the Gwen. I didn't even realize that Gwen was in there. Yukao Valkyrieing in once again, as he will have to flash away from that. Berserker, he wants more, but they're gonna hold him back for now. Berserker still has
most likely DRX is still going to win this game, but you know, you can only make jokes so many times.
You can keep on saying that, Chronicler.
Before it's not funny anymore. Look at Berserker! Get him a team! He's 6-0 and 6!
And now they're really putting him to the test.
Yeah, they are!
Life wants blood. He wants more.
DRX, this is good. 1-4. Keep Yukao safe.
Engage onto Skarner. And they're going to get the flash, and there goes Yukao, and he's going to take him out. But will he survive? It looks like, yes, he absolutely will. Just shreds two of them to pieces. Even Bulldog goes down as well. It looks like finally it's paid off for Yukao. A Penta in the works if he can get over there, but it's not going to happen. Teddy takes the kill. Dudu also goes down. It's an ace. And finally, we will have a winner of this game. But truly, it was the viewers of this game that win this one. As down will go the Nexus. DRX win in 36 minutes. And it's
keep it together, because...
Keep it together, Chronicler.
Even though this was extremely obvious, you yourself banned Nico, which, by the way, would have been great here. Like, they're playing... Most likely.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, obviously.
Yes,
that's
that is me. I do play wizard in pretty much every kind of RPG like that.
All you need is a
sad,
because that would interrupt a great conversation. We haven't got to G-Sun yet.
We got to go down the whole list. Ridge's going to stop the back here. Sponge, level 7. But buying time for Pyoshik to try to make his way down. The TP comes in as well. But Dudu, oh, the nice flash, but he's still going to go down. Can they get a response kill is the question. Bulldogs, the DM Freaks can get all 6 scrubs, and it doesn't matter. They don't kill even one turret. That did happen in game 1. As the arrow, very on point. The engage comes through as the Renata, if she's stunned the whole time, not very good on the disengage. So a nice little pick off for the for DRX. As they will pick that one up. Even Berserker taking a bit of damage. Going to open up Teddy to farm this lane. And yeah, I mean, as long as nothing's really happening, as DRX will be able to utilize their pick power very nicely into a DNFF.
DRX just playing these laning phases consistently a lot better, right? There's always someone making a play, showing up in a place where they're not expected, consistently finding these angles. Look at the cancel. Cross-map is already being finding these angles. Look at the cancel. Cross-map is already being set up here, or an attempt rather. I don't think they can kill Dudu. He has his ultimate available. It looks like Dayre does as well. Like, Yugo doesn't have that much damage. Does mean that this Drake is just going to be given up. So DRX, kind of a fumble here. Sponge looks for a play. Might kill Berserker.
Yeah, Berserker, he already flashed. So he can't get even further away from the Vi. It only flashes once. And so he's just dead. And it's a bit of a, you know, posturing kind of moment where Berserker's like, oh, I got to show a little bit of presence. They have enough scaling with Aatrox and Varus where they can just kind of sit back and say, eventually, if we're close enough, you engage into us and we win team fights. if the execution is there. Nice knockback on a Berserker here, though. Gonna throw his cleanse out, but now we've got the Renata in a lot of trouble. As there's the engage, the Mbessa from the bottom rope, as now Pyoshi gonna go down in life as well, as it is a very broken up team fight for the side of DNF. And you know who just loves broken up team fights? Is the team with all the engage, where every single character can just run at you one by one and take them down. As now looking for Berserker. Oh, he does have his flash, but he is not going to use it as Yucal nearly dies. Oh no, he's just going to die to the turret. There you go. Very low health bars, and DRX say thank you very much for the Drake.
I think Yucal was a little bit too slow with his E there, because Berserker didn't get stunned, right? I think he would have died otherwise. All right, so Drake goes to DRX. DN Freaks, and this is something like we've been having a lot of fun, right? We've been memeing a lot. But what a weird and wonderful series this is, Valdez.
Yeah, it's kind of just like farming Yucal highlight reels, like reaction. He's like reaction Andy, and we're just here comes Yucal looking for Bulldog, and again Rich is extremely fed, so just gonna land that one onto the easy Galio. Chain CC for such a long time, and Bulldog just does not have a way out of that one with the wall behind him and no help from his team. That's just going to be another setup kill from Yucal. And yeah, they're going to lose a turret for it as well. So DRX continuing to extend their lead.
The shred that's available, but this is in theory where the comp should shine. It's a Hail Mary from DN Freaks.
They just do it so slowly.
Yes.
Right? It was like Pyoshik and Life hitting this for the longest time. Berserker was hiding on bush.
They know.
Yeah, they know. And they have 7 different ways to engage. Now,
right.
DNF...
This is a choke point.
Yeah, they got to the objective first. They're forcing DRX's hands. DNF are, as it is going to be smoked down. DNF get it, but the flowers are all going over to DRX, who have position as they take down a bunch of the flowers. There is the arrow in a Bulldog, but the Mikhails comes forward as now the Renata ult is fantastic, and everybody's grouped up for it. There's the engage, there's the draft finally coming to life for DNF. As will they be able to follow up and get any? Rich is going insane mode, and he continues to press that W key. He's just running into them. And yeah, it's just going to be a little bit too heavy on the wallets. That's about as good of an engage as you could hope for DNF. On the counter there after they take down the Otacon, but it's just not enough.
They did the thing! It worked! Actually, if they weren't that far behind, that fight, they would have crushed it. Actually getting value from the ultimate, kiting that, absorbing the initial blow, but they were already so far behind that Rich went unchecked. Yes, they kill Yucal, but who cares? Sponge got out with very low health, and I want you to watch Teddy in this fight.
Again, and with Berserker showing there, they say, well, if Varus isn't hitting this, they're not doing the Baron, so DRX don't have to overcommit at all.
He is legitimately their only Baron damage.
Yeah, and so DRX are like, yeah, cool story.
Are they actually going to get 0 turrets?
They found the ward, by the way. They found the ward. And that's more insult than... That's not the right phrase.
Adding insult to injury.
Kind of. Yeah, that hurts more than it helps, right?
Now they go in.
Yeah, now they go in.
I mean, you have to try. This is a Hail Mary. AK gold behind.
Well, it's better to have tried than to have done
Almost
nothing.
worked last time.
Yeah. Sponge is coming around the back here. There's also a wall. Pyoshik is alone in the Baron pit. There's the World Ender, as they say to DRX, you must come into us once again. But that is going to be the kill of the Baron going over to DNF, as now the Renata only going to hit Sponge, as he does go down in a big Taunt in the front line, but Bulldog has no follow-up from his teammates. They can't get past the Braum. And the damage of Teddy is just disgusting right now, as Ingo's Rich as well, just hunting them down. And that should be the end of this fight. Everybody getting chunked out by the 2 carries of DRX. And you got the Baron, but that's not the game. Looks like DRX should take the 2-0 tonight.
DRX not going to give up a single turret. 3-16 here, and the 2-0 that they got in the play-ins just continued here, as there is nothing that the DN Freaks can do. Really did feel like in this game, you know, And in the last game, it's frustrating. It feels like outside of Berserker going, the proactive moments are just not working out, right? We're not seeing Pioche go in. We're not seeing